Why Bachelor Alum doesn't think Joan Vassos should get married. May 2, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Why does a Bachelor Alum think that the Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos, should not get married? She became engaged to Chalk Chapel during the season finale of her show. Yet, some people think she should hold off indefinitely. Keep reading for further details. Joan Vassos is not in a rush to get married. During an appearance on Bachelor with Andy Cohen, Joan Vassos was the bartender. She was asked about marrying her fiancé, Chalk Chapel, but stated she has no need to rush. Joan added that she is not at the age where she needs to start a family or any of that, so she can just enjoy being engaged. This makes a lot of sense, as both she and Chalk had lost great loves before finding each other on the Golden Bachelorette. Furthermore, they are very content with their lives as it is. Yet, one Bachelor Alum agrees that they should not get married. Yet, why and who would say something like that? Ashley Iaconetti, who has appeared on a bevy of Bachelor Nation shows, does not think that getting married is for Joan and Chalk. She opened up on her Almost Famous podcast, where Ben Higgins noted the couple had put their wedding on hold. The main reason for that was that Joan's son is getting married, and one may get engaged, so they are packed until October. When Ashley heard this, she immediately stated how she felt about golden couples. This is not that juicy. I also don't think that they should, get married. I don't know. You guys know how I feel about the golden couples. I'm just be together for a long time. You're not having children. You don't need the certificate right now. So, very much like Joan shared, she has no need to rush to the altar as they are in a different place. The first Golden Bachelor, Jerry Turner, got married shortly after his engagement. He and Theresa Nist split just 3 months later. Therefore, the track record is not great. Joan has also said that they are still learning about each other. This could lead to success down the road if they do get married. Do fans want a wedding? Of course, Bachelor Nation fans are cheering for Joan Vassos and Chalk Chapel. She had to leave Jerry Turner's season to be with her daughter. However, she got a second chance, and it was almost instantaneous with Chalk. She was devastated when he had to leave because his mother passed. Yet he returned as soon as he could, almost like a fairy tale. Now, he and Joan have a very promising future, and fans are here for it. I love sending you guys all the love, hugs, and abundance. Happy for you both. Great couple, saw it from day one. So excited for you. Congratulations. Congratulations you too. You make a beautiful couple. Enjoy your next adventure together. I was so happy to see it was Chalk in the end. The couple will make their own decisions. But do you agree with Bachelor Alum, Ashley Iaconetti? Moreover, do Joan and Chalk have a reason to get married, or should they just enjoy life? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Bachelor Alum doesn't think Joan Vassos should get married. It's not about love, it's about fear. When Joan Vassos was announced as the inaugural Golden Bachelorette, Bachelor Nation erupted in celebration. The elegant, poised, and widowed mother of 4 had captured hearts during her short-lived stint on Jerry Turner's The Golden Bachelor. But while fans and viewers embraced her second chance at love, not everyone within Bachelor Nation was on board, especially one controversial alum who says Joan Vassos getting married again would be a mistake rooted in grief, not growth. In an exclusive sit-down that quickly turned heads, the alum, known for their own rocky Bachelor past, didn't hold back. She's not ready, they insisted. And I'm not the only one who sees it. What followed was a spiral of speculation, fan backlash, and a possible feud between 2 generations of Bachelor stars. Could there be truth to the claim that Joan Vassos shouldn't tie the knot again? Or is this just another dramatic turn in Bachelor Nation's ever-spinning soap opera? Chapter 1. America fell in love with Joan. Joan Vassos was the unexpected hero of The Golden Bachelor. At 60 years old, She brought grace, warmth, and a rare sense of authenticity to a franchise known more for hot tubs than heartfelt depth. Her early exit from Jerry Turner's season due to a family emergency only added to her mystique. Fans weren't just disappointed, they were devastated. "I left because my daughter needed me," Joan explained during the Women Tell All, "but I still believe in love." That belief would become the cornerstone of ABC's next bold move, crowning Joan the first ever Golden Bachelorette. Suddenly, she was back in the spotlight, this time with the full romantic arc ahead of her. But with her return came whispers from ex-contestants, producers, and even viewers who wondered whether the grief of losing her husband had fully healed, or merely been buried under the promise of reality TV romance. Chapter 2: The Alum Speaks Out, and It's Not Who You Expect. While fans anticipated an outpouring of support for Joan, what they got instead was a shockwave. In a now-viral podcast episode titled Reality Reckoned, former Bachelor contestant and notorious truth-teller Shanna Ankney from Clayton Echard's season weighed in with surprising venom. "I have nothing against Joan as a person," Shanna started diplomatically. "But this woman is a widow, she's in a vulnerable state, and she's being paraded around like a prize again. It's not love, it's distraction." The quote sent Bachelor Nation into chaos. Within hours, #LetJoanLove was trending. Shanna doubled down. "Everyone's afraid to say it, but I'm not. Joan's story is beautiful, but it's not finished healing. Getting married again, that's rushing the ending, and it's not going to end the way she hopes." Chapter 3: Bachelor Nation Reacts, Lines Are Drawn. Bachelor alums began weighing in, and the divide was immediate. Trista Sutter, the original Bachelorette, tweeted, "We empower women to love again, not shame them for it. Joan deserves her fairy tale." Meanwhile, Nick Viall took a more measured approach on the Viall Files, saying, "Shanna's delivery? Brutal, but the question? Valid. Is Joan looking for love or escaping loneliness?" The internet exploded with think pieces. Reddit threads popped up like wildfire, with fans arguing over grief timelines, elder dating, and whether Bachelor producers were exploiting vulnerability for ratings. Even Joan's daughter spoke out, posting an emotional Instagram story. "My mom is the strongest woman I know. She's not running from anything. She's walking towards something brave." But the damage was done. The seed of doubt had been planted. Was Joan really ready to get married again? Chapter 4: Joan Breaks Her Silence. For weeks, Joan Vassos remained quiet. ABC was deep in filming her season of The Golden Bachelorette, and insiders said she was laser-focused on the journey ahead. But the Shanna storm wasn't fading. So Joan finally spoke. In a Candid People interview, Joan said, "I understand why people are protective. I'm protective of myself too. Losing my husband was the greatest heartbreak of my life, but I've done the work, therapy, support groups, I've sat with the pain, and now I'm ready to feel joy again." The quote was undeniably moving, but it wasn't enough for some. Back on Reality Reckoned, Shanna took the interview apart. Sitting with pain doesn't mean you're ready to say "I do" to someone you met 6 weeks ago. She doesn't need a fiancé. She needs freedom. This time, Joan didn't respond, but her silence only fueled speculation. Chapter 5: The Real Reason Behind the Marriage Push. Rumors began to swirl that ABC was pressuring Joan into a proposal to guarantee a season finale worthy of ratings gold. According to a leaked source from the set, Joan was hesitant to accept a final rose, but was strongly encouraged to pursue a romantic conclusion. Producers were adamant this couldn't end in a "we're going to date," the source claimed. They said, "America wants love. Give them love." Bachelor insiders, including former leads like Ben Higgins, began weighing in. "There's always pressure," Ben admitted on his podcast, Almost Famous. "But that pressure is heavier when you're the face of something historic. Joan knows that. We've all felt that." So was Joan being subtly coerced into marriage? And if so, could Shanae have been right all along? Chapter 6. Who is Joan's final pick? While ABC remained tight-lipped, reality Steve offered the spoiler Bachelor Nation had been waiting for. Joan had chosen Tom D., a 62-year-old retired fire chief from Arizona. He's kind, stable, and nothing like Jerry, one insider claimed. She felt safe with him. That was the biggest thing. But then came the kicker. According to the same insider, Joan did not accept a proposal. In fact, she allegedly asked for more time, saying, "I want to do this differently. I want to get to know each other outside of the cameras." A win for independence, or a sign of hesitation that proves Shanae's point. Chapter 7. Behind the Curtain, Grief and Second Chances. As Joan's finale neared airing, grief counselors and psychologists began appearing on daytime shows and Bachelor recaps alike, discussing the deeper topic behind the drama. Can widows truly find lasting love in the spotlight? Grief doesn't follow a calendar, said Dr. Marcia Feldman, a grief therapist and author. But one of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to overwrite grief with new love too quickly. Healing requires solitude, something a show like The Bachelor rarely allows. Others disagreed. Joan is showing millions of women that life can begin again at 60, countered columnist Gina Barrow. There's no right timeline. There's only the courage to try. Chapter 8. The Final Rose Ceremony and the Ring That Wasn't. When Joan's finale aired, viewers were struck by how different it felt. Gone were the fireworks and fairy tale speeches. Instead, it was a heartfelt conversation between two adults. Tom told Joan, "I love you. I want to spend every day with you." Joan replied, "Let's keep walking this road, but let's do it slowly. I don't need a ring to know this matters." Bachelor Nation was divided. Some applauded the maturity. "Best ending ever," one fan tweeted. "She chose real over reality." Others were underwhelmed. So basically, no engagement, no drama, no payoff. But one voice stood out in the aftermath, Shanae's. "Exactly what I said," she tweeted. "She's not ready. She knew it. I knew it. We all knew it." Chapter 9. A Feud in the Making. When asked about Shanae's comments in a follow-up interview, Joan didn't mince words. "She doesn't know me," Joan said calmly, "and I don't need her permission to live my life." But the rift was already wide. Shanae had ignited something that went beyond Joan. She had challenged the very essence of what Bachelor Nation sells: love, fast and flashy. As fans picked sides, ABC leaned in, teasing a potential golden Bachelorette after the final rose confrontation between Joan and Shanae. Insiders say producers reached out to Shanae for an appearance, and she did not say no. Chapter 10. What's next for Joan? Now back home and taking things slow with Tom, Joan is focusing on her nonprofit work, her family, and yes, love. But marriage? Not quite yet. "I might marry again," Joan said recently, "or maybe I won't. I just know I'm not afraid of love anymore." In the end, Shanae's warnings may have been harsh, but they also sparked a national conversation about grief, remarriage, and whether happily ever after has to end with a diamond ring. Conclusion? Joan Vassos didn't get married at the end of The Golden Bachelorette, and that's exactly why her story matters. She reminded millions that strength isn't just about saying yes. Sometimes it's about knowing when to say not yet. Whether or not Shanae Ankney meant well, her bold claims cracked open a deeper truth. Love in later life isn't about recreating what you lost. It's about learning who you've become. And maybe, just maybe, Joan's refusal to rush into marriage was the bravest choice of all.